Hi, and welcome to this episode of John's Model Kit Review. In today's episode, we'll be looking at Fine Molds 1/48 scale Mitsubishi J8M1 experimental rocket-powered Interceptor. The Fine Molds kit number is FA15. I don't know if any of you out there are like me and enjoy putting something a little bit different on the shelf. Most times when you want to put something on the shelf that's a little bit less popular subject, you will have to purchase a limited run kit or a short run kit, and this Fine Molds model kit certainly fits that description. I would consider this a high-end limited run kit, and we'll get into what that means here in a little bit as we go through the review. In this review, we're going to be looking at the built-up kit. We will also take a look at the kit instructions and areas to watch out for with those. We will look at the clear parts on the kit, as well as the cockpit interior and what comes in the box there. We will also take a look at the surface detailing that is on the exterior plastic parts. We'll also take a look at the detail on the small parts that are included with the kit. We will also take a look at problem areas to watch out for in this kit. It's a small kit. This kit is not parts heavy, but there's definitely an easy way to build this and a hard way to build this. In this review, I will attempt to answer the question, is Fine Molds J8M1 a good first limited run kit for a modeler looking to put something a little bit different on the shelf? Getting into the kit instructions, step 1 covers the cockpit interior. And really everything goes together fine here. There's nothing in this step that presents a major problem. And you can see here there is some detail that's visible and everything really looks nice through the cockpit canopy here. In step 2, we're just installing the interior into the lower fuselage half. There are no issues with this step. In step 3, I highly suggest you deviate from the instructions here and that you do not glue the fuselage halves, the upper and lower half, to one another before attaching the wings to each fuselage half. What I did was attach the upper wings to the upper fuselage half and the lower wings to the lower fuselage half first. I really focused on getting a very good wing root fit in this area, and if you don't do this, you're going to have a nightmare getting the wing root fit on this kit to come out nicely. Once the wings are joined to their respective fuselage halves, you can attach the upper fuselage half and lower fuselage half. I had to glue the fuselage together first. The upper wings and lower wings were so splayed apart from one another that this kit looked like an X-wing fighter. I carefully glued the fuselage halves together first and then worked my way out towards the wingtips on each of the wings, gluing everything together. In step 4, we were continuing construction on the interior and attaching the nose cone. Everything in this step went just fine. Step 5 has you doing two things. It has you attaching the upper and lower wings. We've already covered that. It also has you attaching the tail halves. There were no issues with this step. However, when we get to step 6, when I attach the tail section to the fuselage halves, I had to do a lot of cleanup here. And you just want to take your time with this part and do your best to get a really nice fit. You're going to have to file some things down. I spent a lot of time here, but I am happy with the end result. Step 7 is somewhat fiddly, and it covers the landing gear and the skid that extends from the bottom of the aircraft. You just want to take your time here, work through the steps. These parts are delicate, so be careful as you handle them. In the end, I was able to get a good fit on everything, and I've got that installed and painted, and I'm happy with the end result. Step 10 has you installing the cockpit canopy. This step went fine. I had no issues with the cockpit canopy itself. The transparencies are thin. They look good. You can see the interior very well. And other than a bit of dry fitting, I didn't have to do a ton of cleanup on this step. Once a kit is painted the overall experimental orange with the metal panels on the tail section, it's time to apply the decals. These went on fine. I used a little bit of setting solution and they settled down into the panel lines. My only complaint is that the white is a little bit cream colored on these decals, but other than that I had no issues with them. I did a light surface wash on this kit to really bring out the surface detailing. There's nicely engraved detail on the surfaces of the kit. And the end result, if you take your time with this one, is really nice. It's a very cool subject. It's something different on the shelf. Due to the low parts count on this kit, I think this would be a fantastic first short run kit for somebody looking to break into the short run arena. I had a lot of fun building this one, and I love the fact that I don't see it modeled often. It's just a really cool subject to have on the shelf and something that sparks conversation when people look at the display case. Well, I'd love to know what you think. If anyone out there has built Fine Molds 148 scale J8M1 previously, please feel free to comment in the comment section below. As always, I hope you found this video entertaining and informative, and until next time, model on.